Hello and welcome to an ACTV production. Today we are going to be talking about Neepawa Tourism's latest event, the movie Drive-In Night, which is really exciting. I've never been to a drive-in, so I'm really excited to experience that. We are here today with Neepawa Tourism's board chair, Eoin Devereux, also a co-worker of mine. I work at the Neepawa Banner and Press. I'm getting this interview for the banner, but NACTV likes to piggyback sometimes. We are also joined by Jackman-Atkinson, the board chair of the Neepawa Theatre Centre, which runs the Neepawa Roxy Theatre, and they are the ones that are going to be benefiting from this event, so they are going to be very heavily involved as well as Neepawa Tourism. So basically, to start off with, who wants to give me kind of a general info, the what, where, when of what this exactly is?
Well, I guess we should start with tourism on this endeavor. Neepawa Tourism, for those of you who may be unfamiliar, has been an endeavor going on for, I'd say, roughly about 3 years now. We've been trying to spotlight and showcase our community to the masses throughout Manitoba and Canada as best we can. And over the years, we have developed and grown and blossomed. And it's through events like this, Kira, where I think that has been able to be accomplished. As for the drive-in idea itself, a few individuals, one of which I believe Marilyn Crew sort of has been exploring and examining this concept. It's been done in other communities. It's been done very well in other communities. One of the more recent ones that has occurred was in the community of Killarney. It went over very well. We were actually thinking of this even before Killarney's went through.
Okay.
So seeing their success obviously emboldened us to move forward with this. The idea came forward, it was discussed on a board level, and we saw the potential of it. And we think it's something that can take off. And the great thing as well about this, Kira, is that we're able to do something positive with it, not just to entertain people, maybe attract people to our community, but we're able to assist the Roxy Theatre, the Neepawa Theatre as well, community. So I can pass that over to Kate to sort of talk about that aspect of it, but we're very pleased that this idea has sort of developed as it has, and that we're able to partner with Neepawa Theatre as we are.
So Kate, tell us what's happening, where is it happening, when is it?
Yeah, so it is Friday, September 24th, and it is going to be in the parking lot of McLaughlin's in Neepawa, so on the west side of town, and it will have space for a total of 250 cars, and there will be 2 showings, a 6 o'clock showing of Lego Movie, which is aimed more at a younger crowd, and a 9 o'clock showing of Jurassic World, which is also a PG movie, so anyone can attend, but given the time it's aimed at a little bit older crowd. And as the Roxy Theatre, we were really thankful that Neepawa Tourism approached us about partnering on this. So while the event is free, admission is by donation, with the Roxy receiving all of those proceeds. So when, I'm not sure, I don't know the discussions around approaching us about the partnership, but we're really thankful that Neepawa Tourism did. The last time that the Roxy showed a movie was in March of 2020, and last summer we did look at whether drive-ins were something we could do, but the technology to do it is quite expensive, so it was, even just to come on as a one-off event. So it was something that we looked into, but we abandoned just because, well, it was something we would like to do. We didn't have the funds to put it on ourselves, so this is really exciting to have this partnership to allow this to come to the community.
So, and as I understand, you talked about how expensive it is, but Neepawa Tourism, I don't want to say that they're not footing the bill, but they were able to get some funding, some support for this to actually make this happen, right?
Well, that's a fantastic thing about this, Kira, is that we have a wonderful partner and facilitator that works with us on so many different types of events and whatnot. Travel Manitoba really sees the value of each and every community in Manitoba expressing themselves and spotlighting themselves in unique ways. So Travel Manitoba stepped up. They are funding this endeavor. So in terms of cost for Neepawa Tourism directly, there is no real cost to it. We are very appreciative of Travel Manitoba for stepping up in this manner and supporting us in this concept. The group that's going to be actually putting it on for us, they're based out of Winnipeg, a company called Event Pro. They're an audio and visual, I should say, supplier that is based out of Winnipeg. They've done several of these types of events throughout the province, very well regarded, so we're really looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table.
So it's not just going to be a projector with a big old sheet on the side of the building. It's going to be really professional and really well done, right?
That's the interesting thing about this, Kira, because Event Pro has been doing this. They have a whole structure set up in which when the individuals and when the families drive in and park, they'll be able to tune in to one of their, I believe it's an FM station, that they'll be able to hear it within their own car. So they're not going to have to worry about some giant speaker on their window. They're not going to have to sort of just really be quiet and just start yelling at the projector, turn it off! They're going to be able to hear it clear and in stereo, if their car has a stereo, stereo as opposed to mono. But it's really going to be something I think is going to take off.
What's really neat is that it's the projection, it's an LED screen, so it doesn't have to be dark to be able to show the movies, which for people who, unlike Kira, who have actually been to a drive-in movie, that was always kind of the issue, is that it had to be dark enough to see the screen. So this is kind of a really neat upgrade to technology that will improve the experience for those who have gone to drive-ins before.
So in terms of how it's going to run, I've been told that the Roxy is kind of in charge of maybe kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty, figuring out volunteers. Do you guys need volunteers for this?
Well, coordinating the volunteer schedule is my understanding is going to be spearheaded through Neepawa Tourism. Is that correct? And through Neepawa Tourism as well as Roxy volunteers will kind of and we'll be kind of filling those requirements. How many volunteers do we need per show? 8 per show. Sorry, we're just asking Marilyn off to the side there. But the Roxy will be, each car is going to get a free bag of popcorn, so the Roxy will be popping that. So we'll be looking for some volunteers who might be interested in working a concession shift to prepare some of that popcorn. It'll be bagged in the individual sealed bags, not the, not the movie theater eating in the theater bags, the ones that the long plastic tubes we've been using for our popcorn sales this summer. So we will be for sure looking for volunteers for that, and potentially there will be some volunteers required from the broader community for working at the show, but at this point we don't know how many and in what capacity.
Okay.
The thing about this as well, Kira, is that the majority of our volunteers are going to be focused on ensuring that everyone sort of gets into the facility in a timely manner, in a proper manner, and just is parked in a certain way. We have a large space that we are going to be working with, but we're looking to fit 250, as Kate had said earlier, 250 vehicles in for each of these showings. We're capping it at 250. We want the experience to be fun for everyone, and if you overpack it, it's not going to work quite as well. But 250, everyone's going to have a little bit of space to work with. A lot of our volunteers are going to be directing people as they come through. There's very specific directions in terms of entrance and exiting. That way we can make sure there is no bottleneck after the film is done and everyone can get out and get home in a timely manner. So a lot of volunteers are going to be working with that. We're looking forward to sort of working with, and again, we should talk actually about our sponsors as well, because they're going to be helping with this process also. I forget, we're getting some pylons from a specific company. It is actually, yes, I just heard Event Pro will be the one that will be supplying those pylons. We ask anyone who drives through just to follow the directions of the volunteers. They're trying to make this as fun as possible for everyone, so hopefully everyone follows directions and we can all enjoy a good evening out at the theater.
So here's another quick question that just came to my mind. If somebody or if a car was wanting to go to both movies, when they parked for the Lego movie, do they just get to stay there until the next movie starts, or would they have to leave and come back in? Do you know? Have you thought about something like that yet?
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah,
Kate?
they will have to leave and then line up to come back in again. So that ensures that we kind of, everyone gets a fair shot to see both movies. And again, the gates will be opened an hour before the show, so it's a 6 o'clock and a 9 o'clock show. People who are seeing the first show shouldn't be too disadvantaged to get in for the next one.
One item to add to that as well, when you are coming into park, it is going to be, in a way, assigned parking. You come in, you're going to be pointed in a certain direction. It's not like, you have a certain favorite spot you like to go to. We're going to have you all lined up, but don't worry, there's not a bad seat in the house. I assure you of that.
Unless your vehicle's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Or the kids in the back are kicking your seat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit with them, just don't bring the kids, right?
Yeah. They wouldn't like the Lego movie
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly. And I guess should we say that the entrance is going to be on the west service, access to the west service road by Bay Hillens, and the route you'll turn that way, go down the west side of Bay Hills, around the back, and then access the McLaughlin's parking lot from that side.
We will make sure to have it clearly marked off there. So it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get lost in there, hopefully. But like me, I'd find a way.
So,
And I guess I just wanted to add that because the sound will be broadcast FM, people have to come in a vehicle to attend the show.
So I was just going to ask, obviously there's COVID protocols. Do you know what protocols there will be? Will people be allowed to leave their car to go to the washroom or to just stretch their legs or something? Or
Yes, and there are going to be bathroom facilities porta potty on site for, so you don't have to hold it, for the whole evening if you're staying for both shows. So yeah, there are bathrooms on site, and whatever the COVID protocols are in place at the time of the show will be the ones that are followed.
any other details that you guys want to talk about? Anything that you really want to highlight? Maybe talk about the sponsors or...
Well, I think you make a valid point there, Kira, talking about the sponsors, because we wouldn't be able to do this in any way, shape, or form without their support. We got to thank Dairy Queen, who are helping with some of the arrangements and some of the advertising and social media. Very appreciative of them for stepping up for us in this way. As well, Piston Ring, who are essentially giving us the building to sort of put this up onto. I think it's going to be great, along with McLaughlin, who is helping a portion of their property, going to be used for the temporary sort of drive-in, as it were. The town of Neepawa as well. They saw this endeavor that tourism is trying to do. And for some people, they may not understand. Neepawa Tourism is a complete and utter separate entity from the town of Neepawa. It's volunteer-driven, volunteer-run. The town of Neepawa, though, does help us and does support us in trying to put that out there. There's another sponsor, I'm misremembering, there's one more that most likely deserves a shout out. My eyes aren't that good.
I think
Here, we've got a list
I
here.
think
Yeah.
you've got them all there.
And again, the Roxy Theater is what I was like, oh yeah, the most important one, the Roxy Theater. Once again, Neepawa Tourism is really happy to be working with the Roxy Theater and the board on this, and we think it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
We're really excited, and this will also kind of be the kickoff to movies in Neepawa, assuming that we don't get all shut down again, because the following weekend will be the opening weekend at the Roxy.
And again, don't forget, it's going to be 2 movies. Lego Movie is going to be happening at 6 p.m. And then the Jurassic World is going to be happening at 9 p.m. and that is scheduled for Friday, September 24th, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun.
I think we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah. I know I've been talking to people a little bit because I got this poster yesterday, and I've been talking around town with people about it, and there's been a lot of excitement about it already, so I'm very excited to see this happen.
Yeah, and hopefully it raises lots of money for the Roxy, because they're a very important piece of our community for sure. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to add, thank you for being here. Have a great day.